Baseball is presented by Academy Sports and Outdoors. The Royals are home for 8 games after a winning road trip, and we begin with a 3-game weekend series with the New York Yankees. Hi, everyone. Welcome back to the ballpark with Rex Hudler. I'm Ryan Lefevre. We'll also be joined by Joel Goldberg and Jeff Montgomery. Now, for those of you who have been Royals fans for a long time, you're used to series with the first-place Royals and the first-place Yankees. But I think at this point right now, Hud, most people would be surprised that the Yankees are in first place.
I would think so. I mean, after an 84-win season by the Bombers last year, and the Royals, including the playoffs, 100 wins, you would think that it wouldn't be the Yankees that were in first place, but so far they're getting some good contributions from some of their veteran players offensively.
Yeah, and you mentioned the Bombers, and the Yankees, while they have some older players on their roster, are still hitting home runs.
That's right, and these are household names in the game, and they have caught fire. A-Rod, I believe, has really ignited that offense with his performances so far. Curtain calls in New York, he's getting the job done.
Well, how about our first baseman and RDH?
Whoa, man, I'm going to tell you what. Now, this might be a surprise. They're not exactly the household names. However, they are growing on the list. Morales, what an addition from both sides of the plate this designated hitter has provided. Socket, power, and leadership. It's been exciting to see these guys when they get on base.
Academy Sports and Outdoors leaderboard, 3-game series. Teams are very similar. They're at the top of the league in run differential. They both pitch, they're both hitting for power, and they both have very good bullpens.
It's going to be an exciting series, Rhino. I can't wait. But, you know, that first game of the series is always important. We'll see if the Royals and Chris Young can do the job.
Well, Chris Young will be making his 3rd start. Ned Yost says there are no limitations for him on the mound. And yet, let's talk about the bullpen. Joel and Monty will discuss that when we come back.
Michael Pineda, 2 big boys starting head-to-head here at Kauffman Stadium. Joel Goldberg back with Royals Hall of Famer Jeff Montgomery. So, okay, we know that we've got some good starters on the mound, and the back of the bullpens are spectacular. The 8th and 9th innings. First off for the Yankees, Dellin Betances and Andrew Miller. Monty, they haven't allowed a run yet this year. What makes them unique?
Well, they're both power guys, both power arms, guys that can really light up the radar gun. And Betances is probably one of the biggest strikeout artists in the game. And then you got Miller coming in. They've had the third closer now in 3 years, losing Rivera, Robertson, and now you got Andrew Miller coming in being spotless on the season.
That's two more really tall guys that are on the mound. On the Royals side, they have allowed just one earned run from Greg Holland and Wade Davis. And what do you expect from Holland as he's starting to get back from the disabled list?
Well, you got to give him a little bit better of an opportunity to get 100%. After you're on the DL, you lose a little bit of arm strength. Hopefully, Greg Holland gets back to that mid-90s fastball real soon.
So their duo has slightly better numbers than the Royals duo, but our T-Mobile Game Changer shows that the Royals, as we know, have the best bullpen in baseball. David Cohn mentioned that to us on Hy-Vee Royals Live. You add in Herrera and the rest of the guys, big difference.
Yeah, and this is going to be a short game. You got to be ahead after 7 innings.
There's the big 6'10" righty, Chris Young, walking in with Salvador Perez. First pitch coming up next.
Chevy dealers. Visit your Chevy dealer today for great prices on all the new 2015 vehicles. And by the Missouri Lottery, every ticket you play gives back to schools across Missouri. So play it forward with the Missouri Lottery. New York Yankees went just 1-3 in a 4-game series in Tampa Bay. They're in a long stretch of games on the road, 25 out of 35. And here is their lineup tonight against Chris Young. And the Yankees have a lot of firepower, but 1 through 4, at times number 5, and so far this year there's a big drop off after that.
Yeah, you can see, but the numbers will tell you, but there is some inexperience in there, and Drew just hasn't been able to find his stroke so far. But Gregorius, he's going to be an interesting player as he evolves, but he's the youngest guy on the roster.
Kia will put us in the driver's seat, and here is Chris Young. And boy, where would the Royals be right now without Chris Young? He is 2-0 in 8 appearances, 2 starts, and a tiny ERA, 0.78.
Dayton Moore and Ned Yost, they knew exactly what they were doing when they acquired this guy. They knew they would need some help in that starting rotation, and also as a long man out of the pen. But Young has not disappointed. He's got a fastball, slider, and a changeup. He's not overpowering, but he's very difficult to hit. Righties are just hitting a 0.85, lefties 100. That's it. Only one homer given up. That's to a right-handed bat. He's really strong.
And now the Royals defense presented by Ford. We've spent a lot of time talking about Lorenzo Cain all year and what he does defensively. Mike Mustakas, one of the best defensive third baseman in Major League Baseball, and now he has the numbers to prove it.
That's right. To be the second overall pick in a draft, you've got to be really good on both sides of the ball. And Moose, it's taken him some time, and it does some guys, but he's starting to show it every night.
Jacoby Ellsbury. He takes a strike from Chris Young. Ellsbury's off to a great start. That .348 average is second best in the American League.
He's having a banner season, and talking with some of their management, saying he's the best player so far they got on this field, Ellsbury. And typically you want one of your best hitters either hitting first or in the next two spots in the order.
Little pop up for Escobar. He's out in shallow left center field. One down. Chris Young. He has had two excellent starts, fill-in starts. One because of suspension, the other with Jason Vargas on the disabled list. He last pitched on Sunday at Detroit and allowed only 3 runners in 6 innings.
And that's one of the best offenses in baseball. And you sometimes you wonder, how does he do it? You know, at 6'10", he's deceptive. He throws under the baseball. Some hitters have called it an invisiball, his fastball, and it's not going to reach 91, maybe tops, but he'll go 88 to 91 with that pitch, and he throws it high in the zone and gets a lot of pop-ups. Makes his other pitches a little bit sneaky. He's got a good slider that he'll use, and his changeup's effective, especially against lefties. Left-handed bats are just 3 for 30 this year off of him.
And here's one right here, and Brett Gardner. And that's hit well into right center field. Gardner can really run. And that's an easy triple for him, and the Yankees have a runner at third with 1 out.
On contact, you knew that was going to be 3 bags right away. Gardner, he can fly. He stays down with the pitch. Wasn't bad, but he's able to stay with it. It's over the middle of the plate, and he got it. Base of the wall. A lot of room here at the K. That's just his first triple of the season. 42 in his career.
And now strike 2, Alex Rodriguez, who has surprised many with the start he has had with 9 home runs, 21 RBIs, batting third for the Yankees. And Young jumps ahead, no balls and 2 strikes.
Well, certainly Alex is a highly intelligent hitter. He knows exactly what to do here. Now with 2 strikes, he's going to have to be a little bit more defensive, but he sees the infield in. He's going to try to get one up in the air for at least a sacrifice fly.
He made a lot of news once the series started, trying to catch Willie Mays on the all-time home run list. He has since passed Willie Mays, so he is all by himself for 4th all time. And now on the RBI list, he is moving up on Babe Ruth for 4th all time. Still 1 and 2, and he needs 2 RBIs to tie Babe Ruth.
You know, and Alex, the question was, coming in at his age, would he be able to hit that mid-90s Major League fastball? And he's answered that. He's turned a lot of those around and over the fence. But with Young here, it's not about power, it's about finesse.
Two and 2.
In his career against Young, 1 for 7.
Three balls, 2 strikes with Teixeira on deck.
You can navigate your way through the top 4, 5 hitters in this lineup. Make it 6. Beltran, he's no slouch. You can have some success in the bottom of the order. I don't know if that's going to do it.
Gardner goes back to the bag, but all he can do is bluff a tag. So a runner at third with 2 down. And now Mark Teixeira with his 11 home runs and 28 RBIs. And our Toyota League leaders. Most home runs by teammates so far this year. Only Nelson Cruz and the Kansas City kid Logan Morrison have more than Mark Teixeira and Alex Rodriguez. Yankees have some bad mustaches going.
I was going to let you say it.
I'm trying to find maybe a more politically correct word to describe this fashion statement, but I keep going back to bad.
Oh well.
No balls, 2 strikes. Teixeira is normally a slow starter. That's where all of his home runs have been hit, scattered all throughout the strike zone, but down the middle, up out over the plate, or up out over the plate when he gets those arms extended. And he just made contact and stays alive at 0-2.
It'll be interesting to see how Young deals with him, because Young, he makes his living up in the strike zone to a couple of those hot spots, but Teixeira just barely got the little spinner, little slider hit off the Salvi's heel.
In the air to right field. Paulo Orlando finishes off the inning, and Chris Young gets around a 1-out triple. In team batting average, they have scored the second most runs in the American League, and they have hit the most doubles. Lineup tonight presented by State Farm, and even with those impressive league numbers, they could have their hands full tonight as they face right-hander Michael Pineda, who is 5-0 in his first 7 starts. Look at the walk to strikeout ratio, 3 walks against 54 strikeouts.
Well, you know, if you're a hitter on the Royals, you're looking at that saying, good. We got a guy who's going to throw strikes. We can let our aggressive offense go. And we'll see what they can do against him. 3-pitch guy. Got a fastball. He'll rush up there 92 to 95. 3/4 arm slot, too. Had some deception to his delivery. Slider and a changeup. He's got one of those sliders that he can throw it right down the middle and guys swing and miss off of it. It has really good downward bite. And his changeup's another effective pitch that he'll use on righties, and it comes down and into him and away from lefties. So good movement, all downward in the zone.
All he did on Sunday was strike out 16 Baltimore Orioles with no walks. That's the second most strikeouts in Yankees history. Only Ron Guidry, who had 18 in a start, had more. And the Yankees pitching staff is collectively off to a great start. They lead the league in ERA, and a rare combination of power, and yet they don't walk many. That slider stayed up out over the plate, and Gregorius will cut it off and throw out Escobar. Now the Royals are one of the best, if not the best, defensive team in the major leagues. The Yankees, if you like to go by defensive runs saved this year, they are in a minus category. The Royals are plus 31 in defensive runs saved, so they have saved 31 runs. The Yankees are minus 6.
We highlighted McCann throwing out 26% of runners in his career. That's a good mark. And this year he's about 33, so he's doing a nice job whenever base stealers get out there. Pineda does a pretty good job getting the ball home.
Hit well to left field. Mike Mustakas goes the other way for extra bases. That's a good approach against this pitcher.
Excellent approach. How many times did we see Moose do that last year? I don't ever remember seeing him hit a ball like that. But this year, and that fastball in the outer half, perfect swing. That's his swing that he pulls the ball, except he just waited longer and hit it where it was pitched. That's called going with the pitch, folks. And Gardner had no chance.
And for Mustakas now, in 8 career at-bats against Pineda, has 2 doubles, and he has a home run. And he continues to live on the left side of the diamond.
Notice Girardi wasn't playing any of his guys too far over, although they did play him a little bit to pull.
Fastball with some cutting movement on it to Lorenzo Cain. Royals won yesterday in Texas, and Ned Yost had the opportunity to rest both Salvador Perez and Lorenzo Cain. Lorenzo had been just 2 for 13 in the Texas series. And that ball is belted to left field. Gardner is back. Still back. It is off the top of the wall. Mustakas is going to be waved home as the ball missed the first cutoff man. And the Royals lead 1-0 in the first inning.
Knew it was going to be interesting to see the aggressive offense against a strikeout pitcher. The Royals, they don't strike out. They put the ball in play, and if you leave them cookies, they'll drive it. Lorenzo Cain missed a home run in left center field here at the K by about 5 inches, maybe 6. And his ball didn't quite have enough elevation on it to get up and over, but Moose did a nice job of reading that and Jershely sending him home, taking a chance. But the relay throw was not perfect, and it worked. Trading places.
And now one of the hottest hitters on the planet, Eric Hosmer. And he's after the first pitch and pulls a slider foul.
Brian, you mentioned earlier on one of the first pitches to Lorenzo Cain. He throws some hard cutters. That's a pitch there that's very deceptive to hitters. Sometimes with that type of velocity, when it breaks just maybe 2 inches, sometimes it'll throw that hitter off and he'll miss his barrel. So far in this first inning there, the Royals are getting to him before he gets settled in. Best time to get a starter. First inning.
A little bit inside, 1 ball, 1 strike.
Lorenzo Cain, you see that by the way he was holding it, that was a changeup that didn't do a whole lot. It just stayed up there and it was perfect right into his bat. Great swing. Didn't quite have enough to get it over the wall.
And this is a troublesome inning in Pineda's career. That's a good take. Probably didn't want to swing at that pitch. Pineda's career ERA is just a shade over 3 with Seattle and New York, but in the first inning it's about 4 3/4. And the Royals with 1 out have back-to-back doubles. That pitch stayed up. And Gregorius just in time to get Hosmer 2 down, and Cain goes to third.
Not sure the young shortstop Gregorius realized how fast Hosmer could run. He kind of took his time coming in on that little 2-hopper, and Hos made it close at first.
Looked like he was a little indecisive there whether he wanted to stay back for another hop or charge. If he had stayed back, there was going to be no play.
Right.
Well, Cain at third with 2 down to Kendrys Morales, the second hottest Royals hitter behind Hosmer. Hosmer has an 11-game hitting streak. Morales has a 9-game hitting streak. .26 RBIs. That's among the league leaders, and he leads the league with 13 doubles, and the Royals already have 2 doubles in this inning. Two and 0.
He just looks very patient up there, along with Hosmer and Gordon. He's got 10 walks, so they're really being patient. They're selective. They're making those starting pitchers throw their pitches and waiting on his. Spitting on the ones that they don't like. Fastball coming. 2-0. He's looking for it.
And now 3 balls, no strikes.
Like we said, in fact, Pineda's only walked 3 guys all year. He's a strike thrower. This really plays into an aggressive offense like the Royals have. And we've been seeing that early here. Although 3-0 count, it's in the first inning. I'm going to give Morales the green light.
Three and 1. Mike Mustakas hit a 1-out double. Lorenzo Cain doubled him home, and now Morales is trying to get Cain to the plate. Out to Drew in shallow right field, and that's the inning. So the Royals, who lead the league in doubles, get back-to-back with 1 out to take the first lead.
Could the Moose be loose again tonight?
Top of the second inning, and it's only appropriate that the Royals and Yankees are playing on George's birthday.
Swinging a high fly ball, deep right field. There she goes. Home run! Home run by Brett, and the Royals lead 4-2.
One of the greatest moments in Royals history. It's also the 2-year anniversary of the passing of Fred White, who always seemed to be behind the microphone during George's greatest achievements. Brian McCann will drive Paulo Orlando to the warning track in right field. But 1980, after all those disappointments against the Yankees in 76 and 77 and 78, and George Brett against Goose Gossage, that was one of 2 iconic home runs against Gossage.
Did you see Nettles? He kicked him.
And by the way, there were no ejections following this incident you're watching. Talk about a different time. Now it was the playoffs, so they were a little more careful about sending guys to the showers, but Orlando takes care of Carlos Beltran. But
that's amazing.
That was a different time. Yeah. And I was talking to Denny Matthews about some of the great Royals Yankees games, and he said, you know, everyone's going to remember.
See Nettles kick him? That's the first time I've seen him.
Well, that's why George responded the way he did.
Why not?
Then he was saying, you know, everyone remembers the postseason, and there's some great postseason highlights and lowlights for the Royals against the Yankees. But he said the regular season games were just as emotional. I mean, just as tense, as much pressure, as much animosity. It's just that the playoff games were on the big stage.
Told you this before. I was a young Yankee. Willie Randolph told me, watch out for the Royals. There's 2 guys that can end your career on that team, and they come in here to second base. Watch out. Hal McRae and George Brett.
Gee, I wonder why Willie said that.
We got to show that double play sometime in this series.
Well, not quite a double play.
The attempt.
Were trying for a double play.
Ooh, man, that's a nice slider.
2-2 from Chris Young to Chase Headley.
How about the first 2 hitters in the inning? Throwing that high fastball, guys taking a rip at it, but you know, just another comfortable fly ball out. That's Chris Young.
He has recorded 5 outs. All have been in the air. He did give up a 1-out triple to Gardner in the first inning. How good has Chris Young been? That was the first hit Chris Young has allowed at Kauffman Stadium all year as a starter or a reliever.
Bound to happen.
And now he should get an out on the ground as Infante throws out Headley. So a quick inning right after the Royals gave Young a 1-0 lead. way, and there are many deserving Royals, so be sure to go to Royals.com/vote right now to cast your selections. This year all voting is online, and you can vote up to 35 times on the exclusive Esurance MLB All-Star Game ballot. And among others, make sure that Alex goes back to the All-Star Game this year, which will be played in Cincinnati.
And that's 35 votes a day. So you can vote up one day, the next day you can go back on again and vote 35 times. Alex will appreciate it. So will the rest of his teammates.
One and one on Alex. He had a productive road trip. Hit over 300 with 4 doubles and a home run. And that home run was big on Tuesday night in the 10th inning to beat the Rangers. That came up and got home plate umpire Bill Welke. Well, if it's not capacity, it is very close to capacity. Very few, not even sections, partial sections of empty seats here tonight. Still 1 and 2.
As a hitter, you can tell yourself to be aggressive. Pineda likes to pitch a lot like David Price. Wants to get you out in the first 3 pitches, so he's coming to you.
Over to Drew. 1 down in the bottom of the 2nd. Michael Pineda came up through the Seattle Mariners organization and had a tremendous first year with them, and then the Mariners shocked the world by trading him to the Yankees. Why would you trade Michael Pineda? And the Yankees sent to Seattle Jesus Montero, a minor league catcher, and for the first 2 years or so that was a disastrous trade for both teams. And now Pineda is starting to make that trade look good, at least for the Yankees. Salvador Perez had a rare day off yesterday in Texas. He had a tough road trip. Look out.
I don't believe Montero's in the big leagues anywhere, is he?
Didn't quite work out for the Mariners the way they had hoped.
Nope.
Not even close.
Well, Pineda's he's a horse, this guy. Montero was a good hitting young catcher at the time. Supposed to be one of the top hitters and prospects in the game.
You know, for the Yankees, Pineda in 2012, he had right shoulder surgery, so that wiped out his year. And then the next year he was still recovering from the right shoulder surgery. And then even last year he was still having problems with that shoulder and spent some time on the disabled list. Broken bat, and again it's Drew, and the ball kicks off the heel of his glove. That ball, HUD, looked like it had a lot of side spin on it.
Sure did, and that's a correct decision for a base hit there, because you cannot expect a second baseman to make that play. However, they're going to give him an error. It's a tough play,
and I don't know if you could show how much side spin that ball had any better than just how far that thing kicked once it hit his glove.
And on the third hop, that was a short hop, and you're basically taking a stab hoping that your glove is where it bounces, and there's no telling where it's going to bounce, and sure enough it took a bad hop on it. I think that's a base hit.
So at least for now it's an error 4. Ball 1 to Omar Infante.
You can't assume the guy's going to make a play like that on that. That's too difficult. He's coming all the way across the diamond with his momentum going towards third base. Short hop, he couldn't hold on.
And because of all that spin, the only way that play works, I mean, it has to land perfectly right in the webbing, and then you really got to squeeze it, right?
Exactly.
Take the spin out.
Right. That's a tough play. Drew is a very good fielder. Whether he's at shortstop or second base, even he could play some third. Having a little bit of trouble with the hit.
Shallow right. Carlos Beltran will make the play. 2 down. Gosh, can you believe that it was 16 years ago when Carlos Beltran was Rookie of the Year for the Royals?
Wow. Yeah, what an impressive stay he's had in the majors.
He is 38 years old. Two down to Paulo Orlando. Orlando hoping for a good homestand after a tough run through Detroit and Texas. Hard slider down and away. No balls, 2 strikes.
He throws his slider early in counts. That's what their right-handed batters are seeing first time through facing Pineda. See that? That's that sideward action. Ball goes down and away. Even down the middle, it's a tough pitch to hit. It's very deceptive. 6'7", 270 pounds. He lets go of that ball. It looks like he's right on top of you.
That ball stayed out over the plate, and Orlando hits a line drive and hits into tough luck as Gardner makes a play in left field. Pineda had 5 strikeouts through 2 innings on Sunday, none tonight. Hospital injury report, and Yankees starting pitcher Chase Whitley came out very early last night in St. Petersburg. In fact, just an inning and 2/3, and placed on the disabled list today with a sprained right elbow. And man, have the Yankees had injury problems over the last 2 years. Not as bad so far this year, but they were using about 2 rosters worth. Actually more than that last year and the year before. Right now the Yankees have 7 players on the disabled list. Joe Girardi's not happy with home plate umpire Bill Welke at the moment. Last year they used 57 players, the Yankees did, and the year before, 2013, Joe Girardi used 56 players.
I mean, most general managers try to load up a team with what if players, like what if this guy gets hurt. That's called depth, but you're not going to plan for that many injuries.
You need what Earl Weaver once called deep depth.
Grand Canyon depth. And you know, one of the reasons Girardi's not happy about that call from home plate umpire, because Chris Young lives up in that strike zone. If he gives him that high strike, Chris Young's going to live there all night, and he's going to be popping Yankees up.
Because Joe Girardi wants his guys to lay off that pitch.
That's right. So you can see him chirping at the home plate umpire. He knows. He's seen Chris Young before.
No play with the overshift on Drew. Stephen Drew and Kendrys Morales, they were the poster children last year of not taking the qualifying offer and then having to wait until after the June draft to sign with a team. They both really struggled last year getting that late start. I'm sure if they wanted to, they would have a lot to discuss about the difference between this year and last year. And that ball's hit hard, and Orlando says thank you very much. He just lined out hard himself for the final out of the bottom of the second inning. And Orlando has already handled 4 of Chris Young's out for 7 outs, and 6 of the 7 outs have been in the air.
It's okay with that guy. Loves to run them down, along with his other 2 partners in the outfield, Kane and Gordon. They are run saving machines.
Didi Gregorius a little late on a fastball. All right, kid, all you have to do is play shortstop after Derek Jeter. Go get him.
Pretty tough job, I'll tell you that. He's young, and they like his upside. Good defensive shortstop, gonna struggle with the bat, no doubt. 206 this year. He's spent most of his young days, and he is a young player in the National League, so he's got a big learning curve ahead of him.
Another chance for an out in the air. 2 down. So 7 of 8 outs in the air for Chris Young. First time to the order now for the Yankees. No runs, 1 hit, and that 1 hit was a triple by Gardner. He was at first base with 1 out, but Chris Young got out of that. And now second time through, and Jacoby Ellsbury, he popped out to Escobar to begin the game. No swing, an appeal to James Hoy, the third base umpire.
You know, there's a lot of talk about Young and how deceptive his fastball is, but that pitch there, that slider, man, you can't tell if that was a fastball or a slider. And Ellsbury, he just took it. Especially when you utilize the strike zone like Young does. He uses all 4 quadrants of the zone, upper, sides, and the lower half, but he makes his outs on the upper half, which at 90 to 91, sometimes hitters go back to the dugout saying, how do you get me out? Doesn't have a fastball hard enough to throw it by me, but sure does look hard.
And when you talk to Ned Yost about Chris Young as a pitcher, Ned doesn't spend a lot of time talking about Chris Young's pitching arsenal. He will go through it and talk about his deception and good fastball, good slider, but he immediately starts talking about how competitive Chris Young is. Now off the field, he is one of the nicest guys you'd ever meet. But he is a different man on the field as Ellsbury walks with 2 outs. And some of the guys in the bullpen learned about that when he started the year in the pen. Pitchers who are 35 years old or older with a new team, that's where he ranks with his current scoreless streak, which is 13 2/3 innings. So better than a 41-year-old Roger Clemens. Ellsbury runs. Sal. Throw is just to the third base side of second base. So Ellsbury, who has led the league in stolen bases several times in his career, swipes his 13th.
I mean, not even waiting around. Young, he's not a guy who holds runners very well, so Salvi's going to have his work cut out for him. But Ellsbury, quick takeoff. I mean, really quick. He's out of the blocks and at full speed. Young, you can't rattle him. Guys on the bases do not disturb him one bit. Talked about it, his competitiveness and how Ned Yost loves that from his veteran guy, passing that attitude around the rest of the other starters and other guys in that dugout and in the bullpen. But he's prepared. He's a prepared guy. I mean, he studies film and video. He knows exactly the game plan, what he's going to do, and then makes in-game adjustments according to what the hitter's looking like on some of his pitches. So when you put his game plan and Salvador Perez's game plan, that's what you're seeing. You're seeing outs. That's the name of the game.
Got Gardner to chase a pitch up, 1-2. Gardner tripled in the first inning, and that's the first hit allowed by Chris Young at Kauffman Stadium. It's the first and only hit, and only the third extra base hit that Chris Young has allowed in over 25 innings. Popped up.
Shocker.
3 scoreless innings for Chris Young in a 1-0 Royals lead. Alan Denton suffered a stroke in his living room. Thankfully, his wife Vicky knew the warning signs of a stroke and immediately called 911. Within minutes, Alan received medical care and was rushed to the University of Kansas hospital to have a clot removed from his brain. And today Alan is recovering well and thankful for Vicky's knowledge and swift action. So Vicky, along with Alan, sitting in the Buck O'Neill legacy seat or seats tonight.
What a pair. Way to go, Vicky.
Top of the order for the Royals. Escobar saw a lot of that pitch when he batted in the first inning and eventually grounded out to short.
That's a good pitch to bunt if you're a bunter. Pineda, he's a big lad.
Gregorius to the grass and brings it down. For a moment, looked like he didn't see it. So one down to Mike Mustakas. He doubled and scored in the first inning. And while you're going online and voting for All-Stars, how about Mike Mustakas at third base? And here's where he ranks among American League third basemen. He has the best average, the best on-base percentage, and he has scored the second most runs. And among Major League third basemen, he has the second best defensive runs saved. Only Nolan Arenado of the Rockies is ahead of Mustakas.
That guy, Arenado, he's a brilliant third baseman with the skills he's got. Moose is really good, but Arenado, he's an acrobat. He's like Escobar at third. He's got great feet, quick. But you know, if you'd asked the Kansas City Royals fans before the season started, when everybody was going, what, Moose is hitting second? What's Ned thinking? You showed him those numbers and said, hey, this is what he's going to be doing after the first month and a half. They would have went, wow, no wonder he's hitting second.
That's a fair ball, and it's another extra base hit for Mustakas against Pineda.
He might get three.
He's going for it. A triple. It is the fourth triple of Mike Mustakas' career and his first this year.
Wow. Just took care of a rare triple for Moose. I wouldn't be surprised, as early as it is, he gets a chance to hit for the cycle tonight. How about that, Rhino? You get that triple out of the way. That's always the hardest one. Let's check out Moose real time. I wonder if we can get a clock on him. Inside part of the base. Look at him. He's picking up his third base coach. That's so good. Third base coach said, come on. Jerry said, you got a three-bagger.
He has 9 career at-bats against Pineda. 2 doubles, a triple, and a home run. Infield is in halfway for Kane. And Kane doubled his first time up. He almost hit a home run to left center field.
Watching Moose run the base is so fundamental. Hitting the inside part of the bag. And then when the ball's in the right field corner, you can't see it. You're running, making a left-hand turn. He quickly picked up Jershely and said, Jersh, what do you think? That's fundamentally sound baseball there.
In the air to center field. Plenty deep. So a pretty good formula tonight. Mustakas gets on. Kane gets him home. They've done it twice in 3 innings. And the Royals lead 2-0.
Mike Mustakas hitting second in the order, doing things that even he didn't believe he could do. They're throwing over at first base. You know, they think he's a stolen base threat. I mean, Moose is in the game hitting in that second spot. He loves it. Comes to bat in the first inning of every game compared to where he was hitting in the last few years, because he seemed to try to pull his way out of trouble. You know, now he's found that left field, and it's a whole different ball game for him.
Two down to Eric Hosmer, and he took a changeup for a strike. Hosmer is our most trusted player, and why not? He has an 11-game hitting streak. Brought to you by the most trusted brand, Honda, and where he ranks this month. How about his home run yesterday against Sam Freeman? Just a nice, easy, opposite field home run after he fouled off some tough pitches. Homering to left center field against the lefty.
It's the new Hosmer, especially 0-2. Count was 0-2. Freeman, you know, he threw him a cookie. Sure, it's a mistake, but Haas, look at how you're right. Very calm, picks up that foot, sets it down now. Knows what to do with mistakes.
How many guys can have a home run swing, right? And with their follow through, could just stand there on their 2 feet. I mean, complete balance. I mean, he took that swing and he could have stood there all day in his follow through.
I agree. Watch him here. Look at how he picks that foot up, just sets it down. And like you're talking about, watch the follow through. Hold on, fellas. Hold it, hold it, hold it. Look at that. That's nothing that says he's off balance there.
Drew backhands and throws out Hosmer, and that's the inning. The Royals get another run. Pineda in his last start had 7 strikeouts after 3 innings. 0 tonight.
Each with 10 runs, each with 15 hits, no errors. 12th inning, well, no errors until this. Poor Gregory Polanco slipped and fell. Game over. Probably a lot of her pride there too. It looks even worse, guys, in slow motion. That is one that the young rookie, very talented rookie, probably never wants to see again. Here in Kansas City, Chris Young is on the hill. Chris Young is in the dugout. Chris Young, the pitcher, Chris Young, the outfielder. And an interesting story here, because Chris Young, the outfielder, back in 2000, was sitting in bed at home in Texas, and he got a phone call that he had been drafted. He thought that seemed a little weird. It was the 3rd round, he was told, and he wasn't ready to be drafted yet. He was a junior in high school. They called him back and said, oops, wrong Chris Young. Sorry about that. Chris Young, the outfielder, was drafted the next year in the 16th round out of high school. Both guys are from Texas. Chris Young, the pitcher, from Dallas. Chris Young, the hitter, from Houston. He's 0 for 16 against Chris Young, the pitcher. He said quite a while in his career in the minor leagues, he'd get cards in the mail asked to be signed. It was for the wrong Chris Young.
1-2 on Alex Rodriguez.
Great story, Joel. Way to dig that up.
Yeah, we were hoping for a Chris Young matchup tonight, but 0 for 16 with 8 strikeouts.
He pretty much knew coming to the yard he wasn't playing.
Out into right center field. Long run for Orlando and Kane, and it's down. Alex Rodriguez has a leadoff double. Didn't sound that great.
No, and you know, looked like Lorenzo Cain. He pulled up at the last minute there. Not sure about Paulo Orlando. Right spot. Ball carried. Some great legs after it. See how Lorenzo Cain looked at the last minute, and then he kind of yielded to Paulo Orlando.
Now Mark Teixeira pulls it foul. The Yankees wasted a 1-out triple in the first inning, and now we'll try and make something out of a leadoff double. Teixeira flied out to Orlando in right field in the first inning. Oh, and 2. Former Royals manager Tony Pena, American League Manager of the Year in 2003. That improbable run which took the Royals into the middle of September as a contending team. Been with the Yankees staff for a long time now. He has been Joe Girardi's bench coach, and now this year back out as the first base coach.
10th season with the Yankees.
He's had a couple of sons who have played for the Royals. Escobar keeps the ball on the infield. So Rodriguez goes to third, and Teixeira has an infield single.
Tough one for Escobar to judge, as it had some top spin on it, but he was able to knock it down and at least save a run. A-Rod wasn't sure if he was going to catch it, and I'm not so sure they would have sent A-Rod home, but still an excellent effort. He gloves it. He would have thrown out Teixeira.
And now Brian McCann with runners at first and third and nobody out, and he hits it to right field. Orlando will get behind it. Rodriguez scores. New York is on the board. It is now 2-1. 21 RBIs for Brian McCann. Final game of the series is Sunday. That's our annual salute to the Negro Leagues, and we will have a brunch prior to the Royals game for just $25. The brunch voucher will get you access to an exclusive event complete with live jazz, a full brunch buffet, a custom pair of Monarchs and Royals socks, and a $5 donation will be made to the Negro Leagues Baseball Museum. Now keep in mind that voucher to the brunch does not grant you access to the game, but we hope you'll join us for the game in our salute to the Negro Leagues and our Dress to the Nines event. 1-1 to Carlos Beltran.
Slider, great spots where he wants to stay to try to roll up a double play. That's exactly what he's trying to do here, Chris Young. Keep it down. He's not going to try to give him any. He might show a fastball up there, see if he'll swing at it. He wants that 1 pitch 2 out ball.
And while we're talking about Tony Pena in 2003, how about opening day here 2004? I know if you're a Royals fan, you will never forget this. Carlos Beltran, after the 3-run pinch hit home run by Mendy Lopez off of Damaso Marte, Carlos Beltran hit a walk-off home run, and man, we thought we had a season on our hands that would conclude in the postseason. It didn't work out that way, but on the 2-year anniversary of Fred White's passing, Fred loved to say, if you want to dream a little bit, and boy, we were all dreaming after Carlos Beltran hit that home run in 2004.
Place was packed.
Alex Gordon out in left field. I don't know if you noticed this. I did, but let's see. That was 11 years ago. Maybe you saw a former colleague of ours there during that replay.
I saw somebody on the headset. I couldn't.
Very young.
I couldn't detect it.
Watch right behind Carlos Beltran, right there. Nate Bukaty. Look at that young guy.
Is that Nate?
Not one single gray hair.
Way to go, Nate. He was on it.
He was on the field. He was. You talk about being aggressive. I mean, Beltran just hit a walk-off home run. He hasn't even been able to high-five his teammates yet, and Nate's trying to pull him over to get an interview for us on the Royals radio network. That away, Nate.
That was outstanding. He gave him the first 5 before his teammates. Give that guy a contract.
Chase Headley has the only out for the Yankees tonight that has not been in the air. He grounded out to second. That's where Chris Young and the Royals hope the Yankees are swinging all night at pitches like that. Up and just slightly out of the strike zone.
It's the 6'10" frame, the long arms and legs, and the deception to the delivery is why a big leaguer has a hard time connecting with that pitch. Now you would expect Yordano Ventura at 97, 98 to be able to blow that pitch by guys at where that is, but at 90, 88 to 90, it's a different story.
Pitch was up again. That is Chris Young's first strikeout to end the inning, but the Yankees get on the board. Rodriguez scores on a McCann sac fly. Stay right up there.
That's by you.
Booth. There you go, Hud.
Ooh.
Dig in.
You mean more food?
Yeah, you go ahead. I'll read through this menu here.
Ooh, yeah.
UFC Fight Morning. How about that?
I think the bacon could use a little bit more seasoning.
This is a breakfast delivery from our friends at Fox Sports 1 to remind us to wake up tomorrow with the UFC. Two legendary fighters will square off in a special 9 a.m. Central morning edition of UFC Fight Night. Former champion Frankie Edgar takes on California kid Uriah Faber, live only on Fox Sports 1. Now the script here says that I'm supposed to say, man, those eggs look good.
Well,
So if they look good, Hud, I think you should try them.
well,
Try those
absolutely.
eggs.
I mean, like I said, I like a piece of bacon. You know, I don't think that they want me to eat right here on the air, although you know I'd like to. But it looks really good.
How about some parsley?
Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah.
How's that taste? That tastes good?
No, it's a little stale right now.
Okay.
A little hard, but you know what though? It looks really good. The donut. I'm more of a donut guy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're kind of a Johnny Donut guy, aren't you?
That's right. I think I'll try it in between innings here.
Okay.
Thank you.
And by the way, we have to give special recognition to Michael Doc Carruthers with an outstanding job of presenting that platter.
Did he cook
and
it?
Holding it the whole time.
Did
while
he
we
cook that? I want to know if he did. If he made that, because that looked pretty fresh.
By the way, Doc, congratulations. Nice work on the tray and everything. Yeah. One and two on Alex. Grounded out to second base in the second inning. Royals 2 runs, both scored by Mike Mustakas. He doubled and scored in the first inning. He tripled and scored in the third inning, and both times driven in by Lorenzo Cain. Yankees got on the board in the top half of this inning on a sac fly from Brian McCann. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Still 2-2. Remember to vote for the Royals Player of the Month at rallyhouse.com. You'll be entered to win a majestic prize pack from Rally House. Alex Gordon has been warming up. 4 doubles, a home run, 5 walks during the road trip. And then, of course, Mike Mustakas. 2 hits, 2 runs scored, possibly working on the cycle tonight as he has a double and a triple out of the way. And he has a home run in the past against Michael Pineda.
Very impressive what Alex Gordon's doing right now and in his previous at bat against Pineda. We don't see Alex slice too many balls over the dugout of the visitors. He's trying to go that way. He just got one to pull there, but it's a good approach he's got on Pineda.
So 2 down in the bottom of the 4th inning. Remember to follow live Royals baseball with MLB.com at bat on your smartphone or tablet. Stay connected to the Royals all season wherever you are with the MLB.TV game of the day, in-game highlights, live look-ins, replay reviews, radio broadcasts, and more. Salvador Perez reached on what was ruled and still ruled a fielding error by second baseman Stephen Drew in the second inning.
He's trying to pitch Salvi inside. Right-handers have hit 3 home runs off of Pineda this season.
Throwing a lot of sliders tonight.
He's got some nice downward bite action. My scouting report says he uses it early in the count. He's been using it early and often.
There's a fastball that has some cutting, sliding action to it. Before tonight, the numbers say that he throws his slider about 1/3 of the time, so he will throw it a lot, but I would bet he's throwing it even more than that tonight. That ball's hit hard to the left side and through. Salvador Perez is on with 2 outs.
Again, Salvi knew he'd been trying to come inside on him in the first 3 pitches, and this one here was just left out over the middle. Salvi's able to find that hole. Continuing to rake Pineda. Just 2 more hits. He came in 4 for 9. Oh, that's right. I gave him a hit. Official score didn't. That's why I'm giving him that hit. But
so in your stat pack,
he's got 2 hits,
okay.
2 for 2.
Okay.
Yeah. But forget what I said. It's the official score.
How could we ever do that?
Well, official score re-rules here. David Boyce.
One and one to Omar Infante. He flied out to right field in the 2nd inning. Royals continue to just put the ball in play against Pineda. Perez will stop at second base, and the Royals have 2 hits with 2 outs.
Three-quarter sidearm delivery right off the end of the bat. It works every time. Salvi, he thought about it for a second, then he said, nah, I'm not going to try it. There's 2 outs, and Paulo Orlando's coming up. He's due for a hit.
Orlando line to left in the 2nd inning against Pineda. See if the Royals can get another 2-out run. They are 2nd in baseball. With a .292 batting average with 2 outs. Only Arizona has a better batting average with 2 outs. They are also 2nd in the American League with 67 RBIs with 2 outs. The team in front of them, the Yankees. One ball, 1 strike. That was a pitch he hit hard to left field last time up. Pineda's ahead, 1 ball, 2 strikes.
You can expect Pineda to come right at you. He doesn't mess around. He's going to use his defense if he can. Slider coming.
Pitch is out over the plate, and Orlando had a good swing. Still 1-2.
He's been taking some good rips. In Texas yesterday, he had some really good swings. He just couldn't make some connection. He's trying to find some outfield grass.
There it is, the rally sip. With 2 down, Perez singled, and then Infante singled. Out towards center field, but Ellsbury is there and makes the play. Royals are scoreless in the 4th inning and have a 2-1 lead at the end of 4. 4. 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 Panera Bread. Avoid the lines. Order online with rapid pickup at delivery.panerabread.com. By Menards. Save big money at Menards on all your home improvement needs. And by Steel Outdoor Power Equipment. Quality, reliability, and value. Find a servicing Steel dealer. Search STIHL. Well, we figured we'd see a low-scoring game, and about halfway through, that's what we've had so far. Chris Young opened with 3 scoreless innings. Alex Rodriguez doubled leading off the 4th and scored on Brian McCann's sacrifice fly. Stephen Drew will lead off. He lined to right his first time up. And hits it out to right field again. Orlando tiptoes onto the warning track, so Stephen Drew's had a couple of good swings against Chris Young, but he is 0 for 2. That's the 6th time that Orlando has handled a fly ball tonight.
Got to play it right.
And now Didi Gregorius. He fouled out to Salvador Perez in the 3rd inning. Outside for ball 1. Crack bat, and Escobar caught it on the fly. Two down. Well, does Kansas City have the proudest fans? If you say yes, well, you are asked to prove it. Help the Royals win the Jersey Day Fan Battle, brought to you by the Majestic Cool Base jersey. Get in the game and you could score VIP tickets among other prizes. Join now at majesticjerseyday.com. That'll be during the Cincinnati series. Nice long homestand for the Royals. 3 with the Yankees, and they'll also have some time to rest. Monday's an off day, a 2-game interleague series with the Reds, and then Thursday's an off day. Setting up part 1 of the I-70 series. The Cardinals will be here next weekend.
Great week.
Got the call at the knees. 2-1 to Ellsbury.
Can't imagine being a home plate umpire would be easy, but with these 2 guys pitching tonight, the way they're throwing strikes, this might be Bill Wilkie's good night here behind the plate.
That is Chris Young's 2nd walk, and both have been to Ellsbury, and both times have been with 2 down. And when Ellsbury reached with a 2-out walk in the 3rd inning, he then stole second base, his 13th stolen base of the year. And that brings up Brett Gardner, who tripled in the 1st inning with 1 out. The Yankees couldn't get him home, and then after the Ellsbury steal in the 3rd, Young got him to pop out to 3rd.
Well, you imagine he'll be going again. Now this time maybe they'll throw a pitch out, maybe try to help Salvi a little bit. But like I said earlier, Chris Young really does not let the base runners distract him whatsoever. Watch Ellsbury's takeoff if he does go. He's quick. We haven't seen very many pitch outs at all. Once in a while Ned will throw one. I think we've seen 1 this year. And Salvi was unsuccessful in that.
Been a while, but Ellsbury has stolen as many as 70 bases. That was in 2009. Just 2 years ago, in his final year at the Red Sox, he stole 52. He flinched, and Young misses outside, ball one.
You can watch him get his lead. He'll get a walking lead and take off if you let him. Key is you got to make him stop. Got to make him stop, and he's getting a really big initial lead.
High strike, 1-1.
Gardner's giving him a couple pitches.
Tried to catch him while he was getting into his lead. Yankees are 4th in the league in stolen bases, so they have a nice balance of power and speed. Not running, and that fades outside. 2 balls and 1 strike. Ellsbury started to go and then stopped, and Mustakas is going to run out of room. 2-2. Ellsbury looks about half committed to the mustache thing.
No, it's there. You can see it. That's about it.
Now, Tony normally has a mustache. That's a little different. Back to Young. He's got to hurry. Close, but out. So for the second time in the last 3 innings, a 2-out walk to Ellsbury is harmless. Royals lead 2-1. deals on new Ford cars and trucks. Visit thoroughbredford.com. 2 RBIs for Lorenzo Cain. 2 runs scored for Mike Mustakas. DraftKings thought that Eric Hosmer would be a player to watch tonight, and he might be. 0 for 2 so far. Bartolo Colon gave up 6 runs in 5 innings. Adrian Beltre finally got his 400th home run after getting number 399 against the Royals. He hit it off of Bruce Chen tonight. Josh Donaldson at the Astros is 1 for 2 with an RBI single. Top of the order for a 3rd straight time against Michael Pineda. Alcides Escobar has led off the 1st. He has led off the 3rd, and now he leads off the 5th. Oh for 2 so far with a ground out to short and a pop out to short. Aggressive swing. 1 ball, 1 strike.
Pineda has that old-fashioned windup. Takes his hands up over his head. You know, he's got the full delivery. And sometimes when you have a guy that big that does that, it's very hard to pick up that baseball from his release point. Check him out.
Grounded out to Drew. 1 down. So Mike Mustakas with 1 out. He is working on hitting for the cycle.
Yeah, he's got a couple of hits left to do it, but as great as he's swinging that bat, you just never know if he can get a hold of one. But he took it down the left field line. He took it down the right field line. Got him a nice double and triple. Tough one's out of the way. The home run really is a byproduct of a nice, easy swing. See if we can get up underneath one.
He now has 9 career at-bats against Pineda and has 4 extra base hits, 2 doubles, a triple, and a home run. And ahead in the count, 2 balls and no strikes. Pineda at this point in his last start had struck out 10, and that was on Sunday against the Orioles. He would go on to strike out 16. Tonight he has struck out 0. It's now 3-0 on Mustakas.
Look at him eyeball up there. Now, you know, I had a feeling that that was a great outing for him for sure at all the strikeouts, but I had a feeling tonight that against the Royals, they're the toughest team to strike out. He was going to have a hard time there, and sure enough, he is. Green light. Gotta love that.
Last time a Royal hit for a cycle, 1990 at Sky Dome in Toronto. George Brett, and it's George's birthday tonight. So I think that lines everything up, doesn't it? 3 balls, 2 strikes.
Absolutely.
I mean, it's George's birthday. The Royals are playing the Yankees. Here was the home run. That's it. The last Royals cycle. Still 3-2.
And Moose is a 3rd baseman. Same as George. Here we go. Oh, now 3-2. Now the Yankees infield are back over with 3 on the right side. They believe Moose is going to pull it.
There it is. All he needs is a home run. Mike Mustakas is 3 for 3 with a double, a triple, and a single.
Was that last year when Billy was stuck on a single? He had 2 at-bats to just get a single for the cycle. And now Moose taking care of that 1 single. Look at that nice and easy swing. Ball right down the middle. He didn't try to yank it out of the yard. He didn't pull his head. So he's got a hit in every direction you can now so far tonight.
That takes him up to 331.
Left.
Worthy of a big smile.
That's right. Left field, right field, center field.
Yeah, to answer your question, I believe it was 2 years ago when we were in Baltimore. It was 3 years ago.
Really?
3 years ago, Billy Butler got the triple the double and the home run out of the way in Baltimore.
I remember that. It seems like it was last year.
He had 2 more shots at it to get a single.
A lousy single.
And struck out both times. And for Billy Butler to get a triple in Baltimore, I mean, it's hard for Gerard Dyson to get a triple in Baltimore.
Yep. We showed that earlier this year. Mustakas came running in and missed it. Bounced right in front of him and rolled to the wall.
Well, the formula so far tonight is Mike Mustakas get on with 1 out. Lorenzo Cain get him home. Lorenzo did it with a double in the first inning with Mustakas at second base. In the 3rd inning, Mustakas was at third and Cain hit a sacrifice fly. Two and 1. How about this for situational hitting? When Mustakas was at third in the 3rd inning, that made Lorenzo Cain 7 out of 7 advancing a runner from third with less than 2 outs this year.
He's money.
Two and 2.
See if he can score him from first here. Pineda's trying to bury the fastball in on his hands. Don't want Lorenzo Cain to get his hands extended, his arms extended, to where he can hit one of the spacious gaps here at the K. Making him work though. 80 pitches already here in the 5th inning.
Try and get him with a slider. And that is Pineda's first strikeout. Took him 4 2/3 innings to get his first strikeout. 2 down. Eric Hosmer tonight is 0 for 2 against Pineda. Hosmer has hit in 11 straight. And over that stretch, 4 home runs, 14 RBIs. And in case you're wondering, his career high is 16 games in a row. He did that last year.
Pineda's been quick home. He's getting that ball to the catcher in 1.3 to 1.5 seconds. So he's doing a good job of getting it in there. Not that Moose is going to steal.
Gregorius can't quite grab it. Mustakas will hold at second base and make it a 12-game hitting streak for Eric Hosmer.
Looked like Gregorius didn't read that ball very well. I thought he was going to catch that on the drive. You see how when Hosmer hits it, he's inside of it. He's getting some spin on it, and it's spinning towards the left field line. And Gregorius just couldn't glove it. He got a little piece of it. Ball hit that hard. It's gonna tail, slice away from him.
And now McCann and Pineda will chat before dealing with Kendrys Morales. Morales so far is 0 for 2. Remember, in celebration of the Negro Leagues, the Royals have partnered with the Negro League Baseball Museum for our annual Salute to the Negro Leagues and Dress to the Nines event. This year's event will be on Sunday as the Royals host the Yankees. Dress in your Sunday best and get to Kauffman Stadium early. The first 10,000 fans will receive a Monarchs Newsboy hat courtesy of KSHB. Look out. That went into the screen, thankfully. And one other thing on the game on Sunday, another reason to come out, is a portion of the tickets sold will benefit the Negro League Baseball Museum.
Talked to Morales about not using batting gloves today. He says, you know, sometimes when I use my batting gloves, my bottom hand slips, my top hand slips away from it. And I said, well, don't you use the pine tar? He said, yeah, but you know, sometimes I just get a better feel for the bat without the batting gloves.
One and one. And again, remind you of the impressive Royals numbers with 2 outs. Second in the American League in runs scored, RBIs, and batting average with 2 down. Mustakas is at second, Hosmer's at first. Morales has hit in 9 straight games. Both runners will move up as McCann wasn't able to backhand it. So now a single could mean 2 more.
See how he's on the side of the ball like that. Interesting pitch there. McCann couldn't quite get in front of it. But you know, that's a great job of these guys moving up. Now a lousy single has a chance to score both of them. Beltran, he still throws well in right field. Gardner, he's average in left, and so is Ellsbury at center.
On the ground out to Drew. And that's the inning. The Royals leave 2 in scoring position. The end of 5. The Royals lead the Yankees 2-1. Well, so far, Chris Young has allowed 1 run in 5 innings. And offensively, it's been Mike Mustakas working on a cycle. He is a home run shy, and Lorenzo Cain driving him home.
Been impressive what they've been doing. They know exactly what kind of pitcher Pineda is. He throws strikes. So they're up there swinging. And so far, they've found some outfield turf, especially the Moose. He's loose tonight, and he's not done. Could be an exciting night for him. Personally, however, I think what these Royals players do is they play together and they want to win together. That's the whole idea. But to be 1 home run shy of the cycle, that's pretty impressive. rarer than a no-hitter, they say.
One and one on Alex Rodriguez. He also led off the fourth inning and doubled, and that resulted in the Yankees' only run. Rodriguez, Teixeira, and McCann. 1-2. Young has now thrown 82 pitches. And now 83 to strike out Rodriguez. That is strikeout number 2 for Chris Young.
Gotta love what you're seeing from the veteran right-hander tonight, keeping the ball underneath the Bronx Bombers. That's right, they've been hitting some home runs this year, especially Ellsbury and A-Rod. Those two guys, their career numbers against the Royals have been unbelievable.
.84 pitches is a season high for Chris Young. And he's 0-2 with Teixeira, who has an infield single and a fly out to right field. Very shallow center field, and that will fall in front of Lorenzo Cain. Mark Teixeira is on with one out. So the difference between the two, Chris Young has been an extreme fly ball pitcher, which he normally is, and Pineda has been more of a ground ball pitcher, but usually he is a strikeout pitcher, and he has only one. He struck out 16 in his last start, and through 5 innings in his last start he had 12. Now he was going up against the Orioles. They have a lot of free swingers and strike out quite a bit.
Now, you know, Young is a high fastball pitcher. We're seeing that, and Pineda with that slider, that ball's always going down. So hitters are going to hit that top half.
One ball, one strike. Brian McCann had a sac fly in the 4th inning that drove in Alex Rodriguez for the Yankees run. He's also flied out to deep right. So far, that's the worst mustache out of all of them for me.
Well, I'm not an expert myself.
Well, you don't need a degree or anything like that. You just, you know, you just look at it. I mean, is that a good mustache or a bad mustache?
Obviously, it's a team thing. It's a team thing. They're all, you know, wanting to grow mustaches if you can. And obviously, they feel like they can. It's, you know, some mustaches are darker than others. Some are more full.
Well, the next good one I see will be the first one. 2-2 on McCann.
Now, what's wrong with that mustache?
That one's all right. It's okay. You know, for 1975, it's great. For 2015, it's okay. Brett Gardner was great in CSI. You ever watch CSI?
I've seen it a couple of times.
Hit well into deep right center field. Cain is on the run, and he runs it down. And once again, just flat out outran the baseball.
Direct route. Didn't waver one step. Had it all the way. Had room to go, too. So the only thing to do, if your partner and your pitcher tips their cap to you, got to tip it back. Great job.
91 pitches. And with the help of his defense, Chris Young has given up 1 run in 5 2/3 innings. And the big crowd here tonight loves it. cuts of the game against Chris Young.
A lot of guys getting underneath the baseball, popping it up. And see those high fastballs? Those are 88 to 91. Very effective. Just out of that hitting zone, and the defense is always there for him, especially Lorenzo Cain in that last time up right here. Saved a run. What new? Standing O here at the K for Mr. Young. And the way he walked off, he shook hands with his guys. He expected that.
That's a fair ball. Fortunately for the Royals, Mark Teixeira does not run well. And even with Alex bobbling it for a moment down in the corner, Carlos Beltran's double only gets Teixeira to third.
And Beltran, he stumbled around first base himself. So switching Beltran over to the right side of the plate didn't work. Got him a high fastball and he raked it by Moose.
There's the stumble by Beltran. That was only his fourth hit as a right-hand batter. And now a little slow roller over to Hosmer. That ball has a lot of spin, and Morales to the bag to end the inning. So Morales faces two batters. He only needs two pitches, and the Yankees lead two in scoring position. Well, you do it.
He's got to go.
All right.
What's the next one?
Soft hands. It's a beautiful thing.
Okay.
Pilot to Bombardier.
Well, you know, look. All right.
This was a pilot to Bombardier, and for Harvey Workman in Topeka, that was worth $1,400.
You better believe that. Open up them Bombay doors. Haas is coming through.
So, our Sonic Slam inning contestant tonight is Donald Blau from St. Joe. Donald, it's worth $100. Harvey took some of your money yesterday. But if the Royals hit a grand slam out of the park, Donald will win $25 grand from Sonic and the Kansas City Royals. Now, what were the other two lines on there? Those were the top five.
I missed.
I think they had the. I think we had the piece of cheese in there.
Well, let's see if he tries to sneak a piece of cheese by Alex. He did.
0-2 to Alex. Okay, who's driving the bus? That's probably your trademark one, right? What
Well,
do you say?
you know what? In 11 years with the Angels, I never ever used that term.
Who's driving the bus?
Never.
Really?
Right. I don't know where that came from when I got here.
And then you can't sneak a piece of cheese by a hungry mouse, but it's rat,
That's
isn't
right.
it?
Yeah, that's the way I say it.
Okay. Nice picture, by the way.
Way to go, guys. Of course, you want to show the blue ink I have on my fingernails. I helped him make that today.
That'll be deep into the right field corner. Beltran knows this ballpark, but he was a center fielder for the Royals, but he gets it back, holding Alex to a double.
Leadoff double. You can't sneak a slider by Alex. He got it on the inside part of the plate. Actually, that was a cut fastball. Didn't cut hardly enough inside. See if they can get some insurance. You know, it's a race to the 7th inning with both of these teams with their bullpens as good as they are. Alex looking around. He's making a mental note of where the outfielders are playing. So on contact, he can react quicker.
Good swing by Sal. He has reached on an air and singled.
Sal was a little out front. Tells me he was trying to pull that. He wants to try to stay inside that ball and shoot that ball to the right side. At least get Alex to third base with less than 2.
And now he wanted to bunt to try and get Alex over to third base, and he missed.
It was a nice thought, but he wasn't fully convicted to do it. You could tell by the way he didn't get the bat out there. He looked into the dugout, put a little smile on over there at Ned. I'm sure Ned's saying, come on, Salvi, knock him in. Salvador Perez is hitting .421 coming into this game with a runner in scoring position. That's 6th in the American League.
And that would have been his first career sacrifice bunt. Stayed up. Alex is going to go for third, and Gregorius makes a good play to get the out. So by putting the ball in play, by not hitting it hard, Sal gets the job done anyway.
Like a swinging bunt, but Alex with a great read. He knew that Gregorius is going to have to make a heck of a play on him, but it was hit so slowly. He goes, I'm going. He committed after his second step. And it was a tough angle for Gregorius to make the attempt at third. There's no way he could have gotten Alex. And had he missed, there'd still be nobody out. But Salvi gets the job done.
There's nobody warming up in the Yankee bullpen, and Joe Girardi, Yankee manager, is out there to talk strategy.
Well, I haven't seen the Royals bunt or squeeze bunt this year. I'm sure that that's into the conversation with Infante up there and everything. They're making sure that all the infielders know what they're going to do on this. But you know, Infante, he's good at knocking runs in, especially from third base on a sacrifice fly. He's going to try to look up in the zone and do exactly that. Girardi's infield is going to play in except for Gregorius. It looks like it's short. He's going to play back. Now he's creeping back in. So he knows the biggest hole in the diamond is right up the middle.
I'm not predicting a squeeze, and yet many managers, when they squeeze, will do it after the first pitch. Maybe the defense says, okay, well, they're not going to bunt here.
It's a good call, but with those numbers there, you're almost better off taking your chances of letting him swing away.
Oh, and 2.
That was the one he wanted.
Pineda would be a tough guy to bunt, too, with all of his movement.
It would be tough, but as many sliders as he throws, that pitch is a little bit easier to get down. But right now, 0-2. Infante's going to do his best just to fight him off. The base hit he got his last time up off the end of the bat would work nicely here. Of course, you can't plan that. Those are accidents when they happen.
Had a play. 97 pitches for Pineda, and still nobody warming up in the Yankee bullpen. One and two.
Huge run sitting down there, number 4, Alex Gordon. Yankees know it.
Stayed up, and that ball is drilled to center field and all the way to the wall. And now Infante wants 3. RBI triple, 3-1 Royals in the 6th.
Pineda tried to sneak a piece of cheese by a hungry rat right there. There's no doubt about that. He tried that high fastball thinking that he would pop it up in the infield, and Infante stayed on top of it with his top hand and drove it. The outfielder's not showing him any respect. Ellsbury playing very shallow in center field. Let him get in there with a 3-bagger. Infante, 2nd triple on the season with a steak attached. A big steak. A ribeye. Juicy. Now, same situation.
And the thing to remember here, if you're thinking about what Orlando needs to do, could he lay down a bunt? Well, he has flied out twice against Pineda. He has lined to left and flied to center field. So Pineda mostly getting ground ball outs tonight, but Orlando's been able to elevate him twice. The Royals have tied his season high by getting 9 hits. Orlando trying to slash it foul off to the first base side. It also ties a career high 9 hits allowed by Michael Pineda. Orlando got a pitch up there and just trying to slash it to the right side, and now down in the count 0-2.
Well, Paulo, he's aggressive. He knows that Pineda's going to come after him, so he's swinging at everything.
1 ball, 2 strikes. Still alive, 1-2.
Paulo Orlando looking to pick up his first run batted in since April 24th. He's due. Infield in, that increases your chances. Pineda doing a nice job on him. Pitching, trying to jam him and keeping the ball down.
Got to pitch up. There's that first RBI since the 24th. And the Royals lead 4-1 in the 6th inning.
Oh, that was really beautiful. They're very short to the ball. What a lift. Infante hit a triple to knock in Gordon. And now with a short, compact swing, they thought they could get the ball up on him. And again, back-to-back elevated pitches that didn't work. The Royals putting on some insurance runs here on the Yankees. That's a big hit for confidence for Orlando.
And that's the first time in Michael Pineda's career that he has allowed 10 hits, and the Royals do that against him in just 5 1/3 innings.
Frenzy hitting.
Chevy call to the bullpen. David Carpenter coming on for the Yankees. most in Yankee history. Tonight, in 5 1/3, he strikes out 1. Don't forget, you can own a piece of the 2014 postseason as the Royals and Jostens have teamed up to make available to you fan rings, necklaces, cufflinks, key rings, and more. Get more information at Royals.com/fanrings.
Well, Pineda hadn't seen a very potent offense like the Royals in a while, so he's a strike thrower, and the Royals knew it, and they were aggressive early. They took it to him early in the count.
David Carpenter on to face Alcides Escobar. Orlando's running, and the Royals are trying a hit and run. No out at second base. They tried to squeeze in a double play, squeeze in at least an out at second base, and the Yankees don't get a single out.
Paulo runs well. Escobar, he's running on the pitch. No wonder. I was wondering how he got down there so quickly, but he was heading off on the pitch. Might have beaten it had he caught it anyway. And Drew, he shoveled it with both hands, so shortstop Gregorius couldn't really see it.
This will be Justin Wilson, a lefty, on to face Mike Mustakas with 2 on, 1 out in the 6th inning. Mike Mustakas is working on a cycle.
I'll say that first at bat, he drove that ball to the opposite field. Went line to line. Next time up, he pulls it down the right field line, and he wasn't done. Says, I want to go ahead and make it complete and get a hit to all fields. And there's just one big hit left.
He'll face a lefty, Justin Wilson, who has not allowed a home run yet in 10 2/3 innings. Orlando's at second, Escobar's at first. That ball will go back into the crowd. 4 rows. Mike Mustakas is hitting .331. Fastball at 96. Wilson's got a big fastball. No balls and 2 strikes. And he has more than held his own. Mustakas has against lefties. He's hit half of his home runs against lefties.
Well, after that pitch there, he Wilson feels like he can blow that fastball by him. I bet another one's coming.
Pulls it on the ground to Drew. And the out is recorded at first base. That moves Orlando up to third and Escobar up to second. Brian McCann looks into the Yankee dugout. He wants to know if the Yankees are going to walk Lorenzo Cain here with an open base and Eric Hosmer on deck. Set up another lefty-lefty. And the answer to that is no. Lorenzo has driven in 2 tonight. He has driven in at least 3. Can they make it 4? Yes. 4 RBIs for Cain. It's a 4-run 6th inning. And the Royals lead by 5.
Some frenzy style, Royals style hitting breaking out here in this inning. Fans loving it. Fastball right down Broadway. Jershely windmilling Escobar home. Teixeira probably should have cut that off and gotten Cain at second and gotten out of the inning, but he let the ball come in.
That ties a career high. 3rd time Lorenzo Cain has had 4 RBIs in 1 game. Well, I mentioned it again. Brian McCann, as Cain was coming to the plate, McCann was looking to his left into the third base dugout, almost assuming that the Yankees would want to walk Cain to set up a lefty-lefty, and they decided to pitch to Lorenzo, and he made them pay with just 1 pitch.
Sometimes managers want to instill confidence in their pitchers, and he didn't want Justin Wilson to feel like he couldn't get that hitter out. So maybe that was what that was for. Still early in the season.
And it's 3-0 to Hosmer, who is 1 for 3, stretching his hitting streak to 12 games. 4 shy of his career high 16, which he accomplished last year.
Hosmer, .295 average against southpaws this year with a couple of homers himself. Respectable numbers.
Four-pitch walk, and now the Royals will bat 9 this inning, at least.
17th walk now for Hosmer. That leads the Royals, keeping that on-base percentage skyrocketing. Hosmer came in tonight with a .404 on-base percentage, and largely because of the walks he's getting.
So Hosmer has already extended his hitting streak. Morales trying to do the same thing. He has grounded out to the second baseman Drew 3 times. That was as a left-hand batter against Pineda, and now hits right-handed for the first time tonight. Inside for ball 1.
Royals continuing to increase that .300 batting average, what runners in scoring position, what they came into tonight. Very high mark.
With Cain's 2-run single, the Royals are now atop the American League with 2 out RBIs. They are tied with the Yankees. 69 2-out RBIs for the Royals so far. Oh man, he had a heck of a swing on a fastball at 96. 1 ball, 2 strikes.
Shaking his head. He's never seen a fastball he didn't like. When you have that velocity on your fastball, you're going to challenge hitters. They like that.
Blocked by McCann. 2-2.
This little curveball he's trying to keep the hitters honest with.
That's into left field. Kane is around third. Gardner's throw is late, and the Royals lead 7-1 with a 5-run 6th inning.
They say things are contagious in baseball, and they say it for a reason, because it is. Doesn't matter who, 1 through 9 in this Royals lineup, they're all dangerous, and they all have a license to drive.
So Morales extends his hitting streak to 10 games.
Fastball in, big fella, you can't jam him hardly. He's very quick inside from the right-handed batter's box.
Royals with 10 hits off of Michael Pineda. That's the most he has ever allowed in his career. And they have scored 5 of their 7 runs against Pineda. And now 2 runs against the Yankee bullpen. And a 5-run bottom of the 6th. And this all started with an Alex Gordon double against Pineda. Alex is 1 for 3 tonight with a run scored. That'll be back into the crowd. 1-1, and a big crowd here tonight.
This is the 7th time this season the Royals have batted around.
Another base hit. Hosmer is going to be waved home. He'll run on Ellsbury, who won't bother throw. He'll go to third. It is a 6-run 6th inning.
What a clinic the Royals are putting on with some 2-out lightning. 2-out RBIs can demoralize your opponent. And that's exactly what they're doing. They just can't sneak any piece of cheese by any one of these hitters here, 1 through 9. And they're all hungry. Keep the train rolling.
Oh, Joe Girardi, who used his 4th different pitcher in this inning. game from AAA. This is his 2015 Yankee debut. He made his big league debut last year and pitched 8 games out of the bullpen. Being used as a closer at AAA Scranton Wilkes-Barre, and was 5 out of 6 in save opportunities. One and one on Salvador Perez. The Royals have scored 6 runs here in the bottom of the 6th inning. It was a 2-1 game when this inning began, and it's easy to forget now that the Royals are open and just add 1 run. They've had Alex Gordon at third base with 1 out. Omar Infante had a couple of strikes on him, just hoping that Infante could lift the ball to the outfield and get 1 more run. Well, they've scored 6. 2-1 on Perez. He is grounded out to short and does not want to be that guy.
Salvi,
who makes the first and the last out in the same inning. You never, ever, ever want to be that guy.
But after all these runs, Salvi will move right past that if he can get him out. This guy's Ramirez, he's nasty. He's got 3/4 action, man. He's got some really good pitches, some changeup, that wicked fastball coming in there in the mid to upper 90s. That's a tough arm angle to figure out when you've never seen a guy before.
Popped up. Headley, the third baseman, to make the play. The Royals sent 11 to the plate in a 6-run bottom of the 6th inning, and all Michael Pineda could do was shake his head.
Frenzy hitting, all aboard.
(8-1) as we go to the top of the 7th and welcome in Royals Hall of Famer Jeff Montgomery. Now, Michael Pineda is a very good pitcher. We all agree with that, correct? And he's capable of beating the Royals. He's done it before. But he's probably not going to do it with strikeouts, and he only ended up with 1 tonight after getting 16 in his last start.
Well, I thought they were very key with their at-bats tonight. They were on the attack mode. You heard him talk about it before the game. They're not going to let him get in counts where he can put them away by expanding the strike zone. So really nice job of that tonight, and being aggressive at the plate and taking what he gave them early in counts.
Franklin Morales got the final out for Chris Young in the 6th inning, and now this is also a break for the Royals bullpen. You know, when the Royals were hitting in the 6th, and it was a 2-1 game. And then when Infante tripled, it was a 3-1 game, so it was still a save situation. Nobody was warming up. Morales was going to pitch this 7th inning, whether the Royals had a save opportunity or not. And now he has 7 runs to work with, and he gets Stephen Drew to fly out to center field.
Yeah, I looked at that on the scorecard with the 4 lefties in a row coming up. I was surprised that, or I wasn't surprised that he was going to leave him out there. Normally, Kelvin Herrera would be the guy who would look to come in and do some work here in the 7th inning.
So right now, those guys can just kind of kick back. Aaron Brooks may come on at some point tonight with a big lead. But Ryan Madsen, Luke Hochevar, Kelvin Herrera, Wade Davis, all just kicking back and watching the Royals zip around the bases tonight. Jose Perella is going to bat for Didi Gregorius. 1 ball, 1 strike.
Well, the first half of this game is exactly what I was expecting. I thought it was going to be a low-scoring game, pitching-dominated game, and unfortunately to the Royals throwing the touchdown on the board in the 6th. Guys like Kelvin Herrera get a kick back a little bit now.
Look at him. He's relaxing.
Barehanded. In time. And Infante throws out Perella for the 2nd out.
Infante took the big hop. It was perfect. 1 second big hop. He says, I can barehand this one. It's a little bit easier than picking it off the ground. Excellent play. Look at him. Look at that ball in his hands.
Yeah.
Why not? Love being a Royals fan.
Boy.
It's like everybody came to play tonight.
Now the only way you'd get a reaction like that from one of my boys is if the cotton candy vendor was walking by in front. Good for him. Jacoby Ellsbury has walked twice, popped a short, and stolen a base. 1 ball, 1 strike from Franklin Morales. Two and 1. On the ground to Hosmer. Morales has an easy inning. Good night for the Royals. And a great night for this little guy, proving once again you can't beat fun at the old ballpark.
around the league. And the score is 8-1. We'll get to the scoreboard in just a moment as Omar Infante will lead things off following that triple in the last inning. And here are our scores. Detroit beating St. Louis. Cleveland over Texas right now. Minnesota beats Tampa Bay. Chicago and Oakland just underway. We'll get you a couple of highlights in just a moment after this pitch. But over in St. Louis, they're facing the Tigers in our Mazda game break. Yoenis Cespedes going deep off of Carlos Martinez, and the Tigers leading late in that one. We'll update you on a final score in just a bit. One other piece of video, Ryan, Hud, and Monty, that we wanted to pass along. Don't see this too often. Unfortunately, everyone okay, but out on one of the smokestacks in the outfield during the game, a fire. They actually had to evacuate a little bit of the section. No injuries reported, and so at least good to hear that. Nothing coming of any injuries or anything like that. Hey guys, one other note. You mentioned Ryan earlier. Adrian Beltre with his 400th home run.
Yep.
Miguel Cabrera hit his 399th tonight. And would we all agree Beltre going to be in the Hall of Fame?
I think so.
I think so, yeah.
I think so too. Well, Miggy, when he gets his next home run, will have done it in about 2,300, a little more than that, 2,300 fewer at bats.
Oh, man.
I mean, that's how good Miguel Cabrera is.
Beltre hit that home run off of Bruce Chen.
He did. Hated to see that for Bruce.
That's what the Yankees wanted from Infante last inning with a runner at third and one out. Omar is 2 for 4 tonight. That's Drew sliding over from second base and now playing at short. And Jose Perella, who batted for Gregorius in the top of the 7th inning, he is now at second base. What was that thing in Cincinnati that was on fire?
Yeah, that's the Great American Ballpark, and I just thinking, I sure hope the Reds cool off a little bit when they come to town next week.
Well, Joel is saying it's one of the smokestacks.
Yeah, out in the outfield.
That's the best you can do for us? Reds fan, former Red. Yeah, maybe that just didn't register for you guys, but I didn't realize that we had smokestacks at Major League ballparks.
It's quite a ballpark.
Nice effort, Monty. Nice effort. How you been?
Real
We missed
good.
you on the road trip.
Got a little R&R. Watched every inning.
Teixeira keeps his foot on the bag, and Paulo Orlando is the second out.
Royals get a chance to go to Cincinnati in August 18th and 19th. Little 2-game set.
That was your team, right?
That was. Grew up watching the Big Red Machine.
I get to make your big league debut as a member of the Cincinnati Reds.
I don't know about you, Hud, but that was always my biggest thrill. First day in the major leagues.
No question, Monty. But you got to follow the Big Red Machine. I was Johnny Bench on the playground in Fresno, California. You know, playing out in the playground. It was Pete Rose on the bases. Good time for the Reds back then.
I'm going to throw a name out there for you. Van Snyder. Does that name ring a bell?
It does.
That should be a somewhat of a famous trivia question in Royals history. It took Van Snyder to get Jeff Montgomery from the Cincinnati Reds to come to the Royals in 1988.
Best thing ever happened in my career.
Way to go, Monty. Royals Hall of Famer.
Whatever became of, well, Van Snyder never played for the Royals, but he played in 19 major league games in 1988 and 1989. I think that deal worked out a little better for the Royals than it did for the Reds.
Well, we're fortunate for that.
Alcides Escobar takes a walk with 2 down. Was your heart broken at the time, or did you see it as an opportunity with a new team?
I was very excited when I got traded. I didn't feel like I had an opportunity to stick in the major leagues with the Reds and that going into that 1988 season. Traded to the Royals. Didn't know a lot about the American League growing up a a National League fan, but I thought here's a great opportunity. And I remember calling my wife Tina and telling her I've been traded. Good news. And the bad news, I said, where do you think it is? Kansas City. She goes, oh gosh. Didn't know what that was going to all be about, but now she loves it here and couldn't get her to move anywhere.
Well, we got a chance for a little oh gosh here if Mike Mustakas can connect. He is a home run shy of hitting for the cycle. He doubled in the first inning. He tripled in the third. He singled in the fifth and grounded out in the sixth. One ball, one strike. Dave Holtzman, our associate producer over here, has been kind of egging us on for innings. We know that George had the last Royals cycle in 1990. Tonight is George's birthday, so it would be appropriate for Mustakas to go deep. One ball, two strikes. And Holtze wants to know who was the last American League player with a cycle. And what was the stadium? Oh, in this stadium. Okay, who was the last to have?
I think he's in here tonight.
Oh, I got you. The last American leaguer to hit for the cycle is here in the stadium. Oh, that's got a chance. Into the left field corner. Oh, you got to be kidding me. Mike Mustakas has an RBI double to drive in another run, but that was just torture. Man.
Incredible. Another 5 feet. He had it. Maybe less than that. Let's see. Pick the right spot. 330 down the left field line. Oh, man.
What, 3.5, 4 feet maybe?
Halfway up the wall there.
Oh. Well, I think he'll still take it. A 4-hit game, an RBI and 2 runs scored, and now Mike Mustakas is hitting .333. The answer to the trivia question, and it's kind of a cheater's model because he's not on the field, but he's in the stadium. It was Alex Rios was the last American League player to hit for the cycle. 1-1 to Lorenzo Cain. He has driven in 4 tonight. Alex Rios 2 seasons ago against the Houston Astros hit for the cycle. Was that his second cycle? I think he's hit more than one. Inside to Cain, 2 balls and 1 strike.
And if that ball that Moose hit down the left field line would have been fair, how appropriate would that have been if it would have been an opposite field home run to finish off that cycle?
Oh, you know, I couldn't believe what I was seeing. He had a chance down the left field line, but we saw Moose go opposite field for his first hit of the year this year in 2015, an opposite field homer. And that's the first time he's gone to the opposite field here at the K for a home run.
Here's a little something on Rios. You know, Rios hit for the cycle in only 4 at-bats. And the triple was his final hit.
Wow.
Which, unless you're somebody like Gerard Dyson, that's typically the hardest hit to complete the cycle. 3-2 on Cain.
Had a chance to see Alex today. Early work in the outfield looks really good. His arms working on the arm strength, and hopefully he'll be back in that Royals lineup very shortly.
Makes him even stronger.
Ground ball, base hit. And Lorenzo Cain has a career-high 5 RBIs. And the Royals lead 10-1 over the Yankees.
Incredible how the floodgates have opened here at the K. From 1 through 9, they're all swinging it. Kane shortening up his swing, finding that hole to the opposite field. That's one of the reasons it's made him so dangerous. High fastball at 97, short, compact stroke. He'll take it.
That is already the 8th time this year the Royals have had 14 or more hits in a game. That's the most in the major leagues. And as Eric Hosmer stands at the plate, we can tell you that the last Royal to have 5 RBIs before Kane tonight was Eric Hosmer 2 seasons ago against Minnesota. One and one on Hosmer. 1 for 3 today with a walk. And that's good for a 12-game hitting streak. One and two. The Royals tonight at their 4th attempt to be at 10 games over 500. I think that guy's going to get some votes this year.
Better believe it. Very many worthy Royals for that Midsummer Classic.
Wild pitch will get Kane to second base, and now 2-2 to Hosmer. This was a 2-1 Royals lead as they came to bat in the bottom of the 6th inning. And now the Royals have scored 8 runs in the last 2 innings. Three and two. Who knows the way they're going now? Mike Mustakas might get another shot to complete the cycle.
He could.
Oh man, what a rip. Still 3 and 2.
Just hitting that shot of Lorenzo Kane out at second base. Sort of that off day yesterday was really good for his legs, and today responding with a huge offensive output.
Royals getting that win yesterday without Kane or Perez. Getting them rested up for this homestand, and there's 2 off days on this homestand. Hosmer will walk again. Every Royal tonight, except for Salvador Perez, has either scored a run or driven in a run. And every Royal tonight, with the exception of Alcides Escobar, has a hit, and Escobar has 2 runs scored. It is the 12th time this year that at least 8 Royals have had 1 hit. And that's the most in the major leagues by 2. No other team has done it more than 10 times. Tomorrow the Royals will take on the Yankees right here on Fox Sports Kansas City. Our coverage beginning at 5:30, and then on Fox Sports 1 it's another doubleheader of division rivalries, beginning with the Braves taking on the Marlins, and then the Pirates against the Cubs. Monty, did you see that highlight that Joel showed us, the final out of the Pirates Cubs game?
That's a highlight if you're a Cubs fan.
Oh. Outside to Kendrys Morales.
Kind of felt bad for the young player.
Oh my gosh.
Hit well into left center field. And round the bases they go tonight. The Royals have scored 12. Morales has driven in 3.
Joe Girardi, he's got to be saying, "Uncle." Just opening up the floodgates on the Yankee bullpen.
And this is the 5th Yankees pitcher tonight, Brandon Pinder, a rookie appearing for just the 5th time. No swing by Alex. Batting with Morales at second base. Alex is 2 for 4. He batted twice in the Royals' 6-run 6th inning. He started the inning with a double and scored, and then he capped the 6-run inning with an RBI single. That ball might hit the Adams mark.
Ooh, man, that's a long way.
I don't think you come to the game sitting there expecting to get a foul ball from a left-hand batter.
Wouldn't think so. Put a charge in that one.
One and 2 on Alex. Sometimes you can even admire a foul ball.
Yeah. Pinder's a hard thrower. Do a little breaking ball to get Alex's swing and miss, but look at the runners in scoring position tonight. Kansas City 8 for 15. Boy, that's going to up that mark with runners in scoring position for them. They came in at 300.
And Pinder strikes out Alex to end the inning. The Royals batted 11 in the 6th. They bat 8 in the 7th, and Mike Mustakas coming so close to hitting for the cycle. And while he didn't get the cycle, or he hasn't gotten the cycle so far tonight, he's had a big night, and so have the Royals. For great deals on new Ford cars and trucks, visit thoroughbredford.com. By Jack in the Box. Head to Jack in the Box for Jack's Blazing Chicken Sandwich. And by Academy Sports and Outdoors. Right stuff, low price every day. Kauffman Stadium, a near sellout tonight. Gerard Dyson will play left field and give Alex Gordon the rest of the night off, as Franklin Morales continues to give the bullpen quite a night off. No night off for Mike Mustakas, who has a 4-hit game. Just missed hitting for the cycle when he connected for his second double in the 7th inning. And here is Chris Young batting for Brett Gardner.
What a night. Fans came to witness a good ball game. They got that, but they knew the fireworks were after the show, Monty, but they didn't expect to see fireworks break out before the real fireworks.
A little double dip on the fireworks tonight, huh?
Oh, man. It was a tight game, and all of a sudden, everything broke loose in the 6th inning.
Chris Young with 6 home runs, 12 RBIs. Dyson tested right away. He's over into left center field for the first out. Franklin Morales got the final out in the 6th inning for Chris Young. He allowed a double to Beltran, and now he's set down 4 in a row, make that 5 in a row, and we'll pitch to Alex Rodriguez. Morales over for a strike. Rodriguez doubled leading off the 4th inning and then scored, and that made it a 2-1 Royals lead. The Yankees have not scored since. The Royals have scored 10 since. 1 ball, 1 strike.
You surprised to see Rodriguez being so productive after missing an entire year?
I am, and especially at his age. I was talking to Dave Island before the game tonight, and with his numbers, I wondered, has he changed the scouting report? I mean, he seemed to be fading in his career. I mean, his numbers were dipping. That was before losing all of last year to the suspension. And Dave said, don't forget, he's had hip surgery. Escobar will throw him out. And that there were more places to pitch to Alex Rodriguez before his hip injury, because he really couldn't fire his hips like he can now. And so he has had surgery on the hip. He's given the hip 1 year to heal. And now Dave Eiler was saying there are fewer zones to pitch to Alex Rodriguez.
Joel and I had a chance to visit with David Cohn in the pregame show, and he was talking about Alex Rodriguez, how beneficial it has been for him just to be a designated hitter, not have to play third base, not to run out on the field. Has helped him a lot, especially with regards to that hip.
And now John Ryan Murphy will bat for Mark Teixeira, and he takes over for Brian McCann with the worst Yankees mustache tonight. Joe Lavero, our producer, disagrees and thinks that this might be the best one. It's my contention that in 2015 it is a very fine line between the best and the worst mustache. You know, it's kind of like those are really nice bowling shoes. You know what I mean?
Sure, but you know, at least they keep the facial hair just for the mustache. No beards.
Is that still a rule?
Yeah, no
post George Steinbrenner.
No sideburns.
Mike Mustakas would bat fifth in the bottom of the 8th inning. There's a good mustache. Good color. Yankees make some defensive changes. John Ryan Murphy is now catching. Garrett Jones is now at first base. Game 2 tomorrow. Danny Duffy hoping to bounce back from a couple of starts, going up against CC Sabathia, who just won in his last start. He had been 0-5 and his ERA is over 5. Coverage begins tomorrow at 5:30 with Hy-Vee Royals live, and the first pitch is at 6:10. Drew Butera is going to bat for Salvador Perez in the bottom of the 8th.
A matchup of the lefties. One a hard thrower in Duffy, and Sabathia, he's learning how to throw without that big plus fastball. He used to throw really hard.
1 ball, 2 strikes. There's Garrett Jones.
There's the best mustache.
Yeah, that's okay. Now, our buddies in the truck were just wearing me out during the break on my mustache comments. So let me clarify. A mustache that's about 5 or 6 days old, where there's really no volume to it. You know, it's just
airy.
But one that's got some volume. Maybe it kind of goes beyond the lips, like Garrett Jones there, or you know, we had a gentleman who had a kind of a salt and pepper looking mustache. Yes. We went to break. Good look. It's not a for whatever reason, it's not a good young man's look, in my opinion only. So I don't offend all of our great Royals fans who have good mustaches, but for whatever reason, for me only, I'm not speaking for Fox Sports Kansas City, the Kansas City Royals, or any of the Fox Sports or news entities across the globe. But Garrett Jones, good mustache and all, makes a play in foul territory. But a bunch of young men on a baseball team growing mustaches in about a week or less, bad look. Okay, there you go, right? Mike Schmidt. Okay, now kind of went with his whole scruffy hair. There's some volume there. Yeah. You know, it goes kind of around the lips a little bit.
I see it. It's full.
Yeah.
Well, you know, sometimes it's a team thing and it gets catchy. You know, we see. Remember,
Chris Young didn't play that very aggressively, and Omar Infante has 3 hits tonight, and the Royals have 17.
Remember how the Red Sox all wore the beards? You know, they all grew beards. Anybody who could grow one grew one. And that's probably what's going on here with the Yankees. I'll have to get behind that tomorrow and go check it out, do a little research.
Remember the Cleveland Indians last year? They had a kind of a team thing with
them. They did.
Bad luck.
Well,
bad luck.
Yep. Yeah. Sometimes there's peer pressure to grow one.
Goose Gossage, great mustache.
Donnie Baseball had a good one.
Donnie Mattingly, maybe top 5 mustache in Major League history. Jeff King, who played briefly for the Royals and the Pittsburgh Pirates. Steve Balboni. Okay, there you go. That is a big league mustache. That is a grown-up mustache.
Bonesy, way to go. Hey, Raleigh Fingers, though, all-time greatest. None better.
Carl Pavano about 5 years ago. Terrible mustache. Beltran makes a play on Paulo Orlando. So Alcides Escobar needs to get on base for Mike Mustakas to have another shot at hitting for the cycle. Not tonight, we hope, because that would mean the Yankees would score 11 runs in the top of the 9th inning.
He had a big smile on his face. There's one.
Great mustache. 2 of them.
from taking game 1 from the Yankees. Okay, there's a story behind this. This was 3 years ago. That young lady was all ready to get a ball, and a youngster jumped in front of her. Here she is again tonight. She stole it from the kid. Now, I'm assuming that she bought a new identical shirt 3 years later, that's not the same one. Oh, but then she gave it to another fan.
Well, one thing she learned is she had to be a little more aggressive.
Is that the same guy?
I'm not sure, but it looks like the same shirt. She was more aggressive this time. She was not going to let the kid take the ball from her.
Ball 1 to Garrett Jones. Two pitches, one out for Aaron Brooks.
What a difference 3 years makes, or 2. When's the last time we saw Mr. Brooks?
Last year.
That was last year?
Yeah, it was last year.
Man, I'm really messing up my years. A lot has happened here in the 4 years I've been here. But that was an outing that he'd likely forget. Like to forget. He probably already has.
Inside 2-0 on Carlos Beltran. Beltran last year had the worst season of his major league career. And got off to another slow start this year, but is starting to find his stroke. He had a 6th inning double tonight, and he's hit in 7 straight games. Two and two. Shallow center field, and Lorenzo Cain is there to make the play. Tonight's copyrighted telecast is presented by authority of the Kansas City Royals and may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form, and the accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of the Kansas City Royals Baseball Corporation. Coming up, Boulevard Royals Live. A lot to talk about tonight. Fouled away by Chase Headley.
Well, be tough to find a starting point with the offense. But the starting point has to be with Chris Young.
No balls and 2 strikes on Chase Headley. Yeah, Chris Young gave up 1 run in 5 2/3 innings. So as a starter for the Royals, he has allowed 1 run in 16 2/3 innings. Franklin Morales and Aaron Brooks have been scoreless so far, and the Royals have 12 runs on 17 hits. Struck him out. And the Royals, for the first time this year, are 10 games above 500. They are 12-5 here at Kauffman Stadium, and a big crowd was watching tonight. And big nights all around. The 2 biggest, Mike Mustakas, 4 hits. He missed a cycle by about 5 feet, and Lorenzo Cain with the new career high 5 RBIs.
12-1. Way to start that first game of the 3-game series. Mustakas put on a hitting clinic. Drove that first ball he saw out there to left field. He went to right field. He went to center field. And he wasn't done.
That fourth hit, look at that one up the middle, just right on the ball. Mustakas putting on a hitting clinic, and this is the one here. Blow and blow. Oh, I was hoping in the replay it would go out. That would have been a cycle.
Our Chrysler drives of the game and was one man shy of getting another shot in the bottom of the 8th inning, but the final out was recorded with Mike Mustakas on deck. KCW for the 12th time at Kauffman Stadium this year. Royals take game 1 from the Yankees. Let's go down to the field, and here's Joel.
All right, guys, thank you very much. And we've got Mike Mustakas and Lorenzo Cain here. Well, between the two of you guys, you had quite a night. But I think the question everybody was waiting on, the moment, did you think off the bat that was a home run?
No, you know, I hit it pretty good, and I just came up a little short. But, you know, not going to complain about a double, though.
Were you trying for the home run?
I can't say I was. I can't say I wasn't. I was just looking to get a good pitch and hit it hard, and hopefully it would get out of there. But, you know, came a little short.
Lorenzo, I'll ask you, too. As you're sitting there watching, are you thinking it's a home run in the cycle?
Most definitely. He put a great swing on it, and I had a great view. So I was hoping for a homer, you know, get the cycle. So fell up short. Yeah, more opportunities.
Everybody's waiting for the Gatorade bucket. Salvy's busy doing a radio interview, so this is about the best time to be doing the TV thing. Moose, I'll ask you about this guy. 5 RBIs, a career high.
Absolutely. I mean, unbelievable player. He's been doing it all year for us, and you know, he's a great player, and we can't be more excited, especially to have a night like tonight and a big situation like this.
Back. That's one of the loudest Moose calls of the night.
Yeah.
I don't think they're booing Salvy. Anyway, you were talking about Lorenzo.
Yeah, he's an unbelievable player, man. I mean, he came out, had a great night for us, and you know, I love getting on base for him and letting him drive me in. And you know, he had a huge night again tonight.
Kane, how about for you? Talk about this guy next to you.
He can definitely swing the bat. I mean, he does it every night. So, like I say, to see it tonight, I mean, he's been locked in, and that's what we need.
Last thing, all these fans are waiting for fireworks, but I'm pretty sure they'd like to hear how much you're enjoying these big crowds.
Oh, we love it. We love seeing you guys out here every game. We love when you're loud. You know, we feed off your guys' energy. You guys are awesome, man. Best fans in baseball. We love you guys.
Can you top that?
No, I can't top that. We love you guys. Have a great night.
Lorenzo Cain and Mike Mustakas. Enjoy the fireworks, everyone. Ryan, back up to you.
Oh boy,
there's a Moose sighting.
How do you get those in the stadium?
I don't know. Those are beautiful. And did you get through the metal detector with those?
I mean, did you put those inside your jacket or? Wow.
They look authentic too.
Chris Young improves to 3-0, and the Royals hand Michael Pineda his first loss of the year. And Salvy had to be a little creative tonight, kind of coming around the corner to get both Cain and Mustakas, and some nifty footwork by Joel Goldberg. We'll be right back.